7 games, and it's the one that we all predicted would. The Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Clippers. Welcome back to Playoff Central Live. These two teams, since the start of the season, they've played 10 times, and they have an even split in those games so far this year. So when we look at these two teams and what they bring to the table, James Harden tonight, just a colossal performance coming off, just 11 points last time out. And this one, 28, 8, and 6. And really, Zeke, that second quarter, he had 17 points. You kind of felt like, he was going to bring his A game.
And you knew he would bounce back after such a tough performance the other night. So not surprising at all that he would come out and play so well, particularly at home. And, the crowd was behind him. He got going early, taking the ball to the basket. Then when he's getting into the lane, you're so afraid of fouling him. Now you're back up, and he knocks down a three. I also got to give a shout-out to the Intuit Dome because it did its job in terms of helping the Clippers get this win tonight.
Yeah, what you thought of James Harden, because we talked about it, season low, 9 shot attempts the last time out, and how he came out ready to fire.
Shout out to the 09 draft class. I wasn't drafted, and I probably would have been like the 66th pick. I think they would have snubbed me a few more times. But, you said it, he got downhill. Yeah. And that's when the game really opens up for James, because there was a big talk about he only shot, 3 threes or something like that in the last game. That's the game plan. You want to take away James Harden's threes. You want to get him off the line. You don't want to foul him. So, being the great player he is, the great scorer that he is, you take what the defense gives you. Okay, you're pressing up on me. You don't want to take the three away. I can get to the basket. And once you start doing that, that opens up everything else. You knew he was going to be aggressive. From start to finish, he was solid.
Zeke, when I look at experience, right?
Right.
Game 7, yes, the playoffs are one experience. Game 7, another. Joker and Jamal, this will be their 6th Game 7 together. They were 3-2 in their previous 5. How much of an advantage is that for Denver going into this Game 7?
It's a huge advantage because not only do they have comfort of playing with each other, but they also have the comfort of playing at home. So they're playing at home in Denver. Those two are deadly at the end of the game. High screen and roll. That's what you're going to see. High screen and roll with Murray and the Joker. And they know how to play off each other. They know how to rescreen, set the screen. And it's going to be those two at the end of the game. And it'll be interesting to see if the matchup is, Zubac and Kawhi against Murray and the Joker. But that's what it's going to come down to. Last 5 minutes of the game, can you defend and can you stop high screen and roll with the Joker and Murray up top? And that's what you're going to see. And Denver will have the advantage because they're at home.
Well, you heard Zeke mention defense, and you got to give the Clippers all the credit in the world. And I think we got to start with Nick Batum, because you noticed that in the third quarter. You finished the game with 3 blocks, 2 steals. Clippers had a season-high 10 blocks, including 5 of those coming in the fourth quarter.
Shout out Nico, an old teammate of mine. It was good to see him playing at that level again. And when people don't forget when he's motivated, when he's healthy and playing well, he can change the game up for you with his versatility on the defensive side of the ball. He's a great passer, willing passer, understands the game, spacing, all of that, and he can knock down shots. So he really came out and provided a different type of versatility for the Clippers on the defensive side of the ball. And on offense, he's going to be in the right spots. He's going to make the right plays. And that's what he was able to do. So it's going to be interesting to see how they continue to mix that up. Nick playing, Zubac playing, because they were able to have success against Jokic with that. As much success as you can have.
And they created 23 points off of those turnovers, Zeke, as we're seeing here.
Yeah, and when they, you got to give Van Gundy and Ty Lue a lot of credit for understanding what Denver likes to do, because Denver's a very difficult team to play against. But when you look at the Clippers defensively, what they've been able to do on this side of the ball, playing against the Joker, playing against Murray, I just like the way they're defending. I like their length. And, they're giving them different looks, different matchups. So, and then you got, when Kawhi's healthy, right, you got the #1 defensive stopper in the game.
And for Jamal Murray, coming off his 43 points, he had 12 points in the first quarter. Wes was like, oh, here we go again, another big game for Jamal Murray. They held him just 9 points throughout the rest of the game. What did you notice differently in how they approached Jamal Murray, holding him to 21, 8 and 8?
Well, there was also that switch when they put Nick in the game. You know, one thing that you see with Denver is all NBA teams, the great offensive teams, their freedom of movement. If you give them space, if you allow them to move, if you're not physical, if the pickup points aren't high and you can operate your offense where you want to in a comfortable spot where you practice and walk through every single day, then they're going to kill you. You know, that's what NBA players do. But if you start ramping up the pressure, execute on the offensive side of the ball so that now they have to take the ball out of the net, because what does Denver do well? They play great in transition with Jokic getting defensive rebounds and pushing and playing and allowing Murray to play off the ball. They got to take it out of the net, play against pressure, play against length and versatility. Makes it a little bit tougher.
Yeah, I look at Kawhi Leonard, 27 points. Norman Powell, 24 points. To go along with James Harden's 28, and you kind of see more of a balance in this win, more so than maybe any other win in this series for the Clippers.
Yeah, and they knew their back was up against the wall, right? So your three main scorers, your three perimeter guys, they came out understanding what they needed to do. They understood the challenge that they would face defensively, but they also took good shots, right? You didn't see them forcing shots, taking bad shots. They shared the ball, moved the basketball around. So I like the way the Clippers played this game, but more importantly, right, I like the way they defended in this game.
All right, let's look back at Game 6 as we get you ready for Game 7 between...
No, I think in that situation,